Okay, I am going to make another video here. Today, Saturday, the 12th of November, the day after Veterans Day. Which you should thank your veteran. Um, send them a message. Send them, a message, email message, text them, phone call, whatever, and thank them for all the sacrifices they made for your freedom. It was your freedom that you have today because of them, because of people like me, because of all the sacrifices we've made. You have the freedom you have, and to all those who hate the fact that Donald Trump is now the president, you know, you would not have the ability to protest without people like me, without the people who served our country in the military. You need to think about that. You need to think about that long and hard. And we fought for your right to say what you want to say. If you don't like Donald Trump, that's your business. You can act like a spoiled child if you want to. Not all Democrats are that way. Some of them, like a lot of my family members are having a hard time with the fact that Donald Trump is the president-elect, But if I had had my choice, he wouldn't have won. He would not have been the Republican nominee. If you've seen enough of my videos, you know the person who I wanted. The person I wanted would have brought Republicans and Democrats together. However, I did not have that choice. The guy I wanted to be the presidential nominee didn't win. Okay. Did I go out and riot because of that? Because it was Donald Trump and not him? No, I didn't. Did I get out there and support Donald Trump just because he was the Republican nominee? No, I didn't. I didn't do either one. I didn't support Trump, and I didn't, cry about it because my person wasn't the nominee. That's the way. Oh, my phone's almost dead here. Crap. Okay. Yeah, my phone's battery's almost dead. A couple minutes ago, I plugged in another battery to charge up. But anyway, I guess I shouldn't say deal with it because you guys probably, well, I am dealing with it. I'm crying about it. My person didn't win. Well, okay. What do you think I had to live through for the last 8 years? Okay? What do you think I had to live through? And have President dumbass destroying the economy so that I was never going to get a decent job. I was never going to get a good job that somebody with a college degree should get. Well, with a college degree that is worth something, I should say. And I majored in history, got a history degree. Let's see. So it should have been a lot easier to get a great job than it was. It's next to impossible. It was next to impossible. It has been next to impossible the last 5 years since I graduated. All you guys that are crying about Donald Trump and moaning and carrying on and saying how terrible he is. You know, yeah, I bet you end up with a great job for those of you who are college students now. I bet you end up with a great job because he turned the economy around. There are a lot of companies. There are going to be a lot of companies hiring, and you get a great job right out of college. You know, and you're crying right now because Hillary didn't win. It's like, oh man, you should have been in my shoes 5 years ago for the last 5 years, taking one crappy job after another, after another, after another, with a college degree, and still not being able to get a decent job. You know, you should have been in my shoes, you know, and had to do that, had to take any job, almost any job I could get to have a job. You don't understand that. You don't understand how badly how bad the economy was since Obama took over. You know, oh my gosh. You know, but then again, you're probably gonna watch MSNBC, and CNN. You know, one of those, I think, which one is it? Is it CNN? Is it CNN that is paid by the Democratic Party to support them? It's like, oh my gosh. It's like, oh yeah, they tell the truth. Oh man. They're on the Democratic National Committee payroll. And you Democrats don't understand that. You still trust what they tell you. Oh my gosh. It's like CNN is their PR firm. The Democrats' public relations. It's like, give me a break. You know, give me a joking break. You know, you Democrats believe what they tell you. You know, and you're like, oh, Fox News is biased, Fox News is biased, Fox News is biased. They have more Democrats and liberals on Fox News than both CNN and MSNBC have conservatives. Okay, combined. You know, there are more liberals on Fox News than CNN and MSNBC have conservatives or Republicans combined. Okay? I don't know if that's, I don't have any info. You know, I bet that's true. I bet that is true. But I should say, do I know the exact numbers? No, I do not. Do not know that. So, you can accuse me of saying more than I know, which, you know, which might be true. But based upon you know, a lot of the reporting and a lot of the reporters on MSNBC and CNN, that would be true, that they want to have as many conservatives as Fox News has on liberals. But anyway, let's see. Okay. Well, anyway, let's see. Yeah, do all you liberals think about what you guys believe? Do you actually think about it, or just go along with the crowd and, you know, don't even think for yourself, just whatever they tell you? Oh, that's gotta be true, they've gotta be honest. MSNBC and CNN, they've gotta be telling me the truth. So you believe whatever they tell you, no matter how much crap they give you, you know, you believe it anyway. It's like, oh my gosh, unbelievable. You know, I mean, to think that to think some of the things you Democrats accuse Donald Trump of being is just unreal. Oh, you're homophobic, you're xenophobic, you're this, you're that, you're sexist. You know, Democrats, you know what? Here's a clue on why Hillary Clinton lost. Okay? People are sick and tired of being preached to. People are sick and tired of being called names for believing what they believe in. You might not think they're right, you might think they're crazy, but they are sick and tired of being called every name in the book. Okay? If you want to win elections, quit calling conservatives names and people who everyday average Joe and Jane Lunchbox who are just trying to do their job, raise their family, raise their kids, pay taxes, and be good citizens. If you want to win elections, quit demagoguing, quit demeaning them, quit talking down to them, quit insulting them. If you don't, well, keep it up. I wouldn't care. You can post every, call me every name in the book if you want to below this video. I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap. Because you are not who I am trying to please. You are not who I, need to make happy, So you can call me every name in the book. Doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt my feelings, I, unlike you, my world does not shatter over one nasty bad comment. One comment about, oh, you're this, you're homophobic, you're this, you're that, you're this. I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap if you think that. I'm going to think for myself. I'm going to do what I want to do. Okay? Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong. But I am not going to go along with the crowd and just believe what they believe just because they believe what they believe. And I want to get along with it. I want to be loved. I don't need that. You Democrats have to have a crowd, have to be in a group. You have to be in a group because if you're all alone, oh my gosh, you would. And someone, and a conservative was talking to you, you could not deal with it. You would have to get out of there. Democrats will go along with the crowd. They will go along with the crowd. They will do things just to make others happy. Even if it's the wrong thing, they will do it anyway. Oh, well, 13 minutes, okay. I mean, that's exactly what you will do. It's like there's a lot of Democrats that are just, oh, we gotta be popular, we gotta be, everybody has to like me. Who cares? Who gives a crap if a lot of people like you or not? That doesn't mean you're right. That doesn't mean, you've done what's right and not done what's wrong. Popularity, screw that. Hitler was extremely popular when he was Chancellor of Germany, when he was a leader of Germany, And for you Democrats who think that Trump is like Hitler, not this weekend, not once, but twice. I had two people who are in my family, talked about how Hitler won the election. It's like, to say that Hitler won the election, you are a complete idiot. He never won the election. I had to correct the family members 2 times on that. Twice. I had to say, look, he did not win the election. It's like, oh man. I had to correct them. It's like Hindenburg won the election. But the thing is, Hitler did not win the election. Hindenburg won the election. President Hindenburg won. Okay? So then what happened after election? The Nazis got a lot more seats in the German parliament than the German Senate, House and the German Congress. Okay? So Hitler was a lot more powerful then. And so what did Hindenburg do? He named him as a vice chancellor. He named him as a vice president. So that Hindenburg could, and because Hindenburg said that he could keep an eye on Hitler if he did that. If Hitler was a vice president, then he would be able to keep an eye on him and keep him, control him as well too. He would be able to keep an eye on Hitler and control Hitler, and that is why he did that. Yeah, only one small problem, one little itty bitty problem. Hindenburg then died, and then Hitler was number one. Hitler was the president and chancellor and everything. Hitler, had the German Congress pass a law that he was one, and he did not have a vice chancellor. He was the one and only. And that is why Adolf Hitler became the leader of Germany. Not because he won an election. And how do I know this? I know this because I was a history major. Studied history for, how long was it? 4 years? The total amount of time that I went to school was from 2004 to 2011 when I finally graduated. But I changed my major from business management to history. And so I took about, I think it was at least, excuse me for yawning like that, for having to yawn. It was at least 3 years of history classes that I took to get my history degree. But anyway, yeah. But, and you Democrats do not know history. You do not know history. You make it sound, or you think, that it was a Republican Party that founded the Ku Klux Klan. Wrong answer. It was your party. The Democratic Party founded the KKK. It was the Democratic Party that nourished and grew the KKK. And it was the Democratic president who not filmed a movie, but showed a movie at the White House that is responsible for the rebirth of the KKK, Birth of a Nation. And it was Democrat Woodrow Wilson that did that. The first film to ever be shown at the White House was Birth of a Nation by Woodrow Wilson. And he was a Democrat. And but it was that movie that was responsible for the rebirth of the KKK. And another little trivia question is, what was What was Truman's first official act as president? You know, do you have any idea? Do any of you Democrats know? You know, I should probably talk about different things and then go back to it. But I'll tell you the answer right now. The first official act of Woodrow Wilson was to integrate the entire U.S. government in the 1920s. It was to segregate the entire government, to segregate every single job and every single person. He segregated the government so that black people could not see white people and vice versa when they were working. They were not working in the same, he had them put up by, I don't know how he did it, but anyway. He segregated the entire government, and that was his first official act as president. Okay? How do you like that? Think about that, Democrats. Think about that. If you understood the history of race in the Democratic Party, you would absolutely be ashamed. You would have a hard time being a Democrat if you knew that, if you understood that. How can you defend the party that founded the KKK? How? It's absolutely amazing, to think about it. Why are there a lot of black Republicans? Because they know the history of the KKK. They know the Democratic Party founded it. And they look at a lot of the things the Democratic Party is doing today and know that it is racist. There are racist reasons for the Democratic Party to do what they're doing. In 1964, the year was born, the year I was born, okay? I was born on December 11th, 1964. The 64 was the last year of the baby boomers, okay? So when it comes to the baby boomer train, I was on the caboose, okay? I was. But anyway, in 1964, the Civil Rights Act was passed. Again, mostly by Republicans, but a few Democrats. There had enough Democrats to go, okay, they finally, after almost 100 years of fighting civil rights, Democrats were finally went along with it, and LBJ, signed it, because signed it and signed the Civil Rights Act, and the war on poverty, because African Americans or minorities or black people, whatever you want to call them, were getting a little, he said that they were getting a little too uppity for them. Okay? Their britches were getting too big for them, or they were getting too big for their britches, or however you want to put it. They were getting to be self-important, I guess is another way you could put it. But they were getting, kind of self-important, But the only problem was they had the political power to back it up with their votes, So all of a sudden Johnson's like, we got a problem. We got to do something about this. These black people are getting, and he didn't use black people. He didn't say black people. He used another term that I'm not going to use. But anyway, he used, he said they're getting a little too uppity for them. He said, but the only problem is they are getting a lot of political power to make a difference when it comes to elections. Okay? And so we need to do something. We need to do something to kind of quiet them down a little bit, to kind of, you know, they're making a lot of noise. Okay? They're making a lot of noise. So we need to do something to get them quiet. So let's give them some scraps. Let's give them, welfare, and that's what welfare was. Let's give them some scraps to make them happy. You know, let's give them something so that they'll be happy, but not to where they get it. It'll give them something that they can get somewhere. And that's what they did. That's what Lyndon Baines Johnson did. And LBJ and the Democrats. The war on poverty, welfare. That's what they did. They gave them some scraps to make them happy. And he said that they'll be voting Democrat for the next 200 years because of that. Well, guess what? The last 50 years have proven that he would be Nostradamus. So far, the first 50 years of the war on poverty has proven exactly correct. Exactly correct. Because they get well over 50% of the vote. 50% of the black vote goes to Democrats. Donald Trump got a lot of Democrats because got a lot of I don't know how many. If he got what percent did he get of black people? I don't know. I'd have to look that up and find out how many. Well, they're still counting votes anyway, so it'll be quite a while before we know how many. What percentage of black people voted for Trump? But anyway, hopefully that'll end. But they give black people, they give African Americans, scraps, which is basically what welfare is. But they're not going to get anywhere. Are black people better off today than they were 50 years ago when war on poverty started? Even though we spent trillions on the war on poverty, are black people as a group better off than they were 50 years ago? Nope. But who do they continue to vote for? Who do they keep voting for? And who keeps telling them, oh, we're for helping you. We love you so much. Who is it that breaks their arms, patting themselves on the back? Oh, you're so loving and caring of people. You love people so much. They pat each other on the back and tell black people, they tell African Americans that, oh, we love you so much. We're fighting for you. We want to care for you. We want to help you. That's a bunch of BS. That is a bunch of crap. If they truly cared about them, oh my gosh. Yeah, Democrats say they care about them. But, crap, it was, doggone it. They do. Democrats say they love them. But if they truly love them, they would get to the point where they don't need to be on government programs. They don't need to be on welfare. They don't need to be on food stamps or rent assistance or anything else to raise their families or to live. If Democrats truly cared about them, they would get to them a point that they don't need that. But do they? No, they never do. Hardly anyone ever gets off those government programs who are in in minority neighborhoods. You know, hardly anyone ever does that. Why? Because they just keep, you know, they keep taking the money, and Democrats keep, collecting it from hardworking people and keep giving it to people who have next to nothing, and they're going to continue to have next to nothing. As long as the Democratic Party's in charge of their neighborhoods, you know. But Donald Trump is, I hope he works hard to get minorities off of government programs, to have businesses, to have a lot of businesses come to poor neighborhoods and to build and to create jobs for these people so that these people can, make enough money so that they can get off welfare, get off food stamps, get off rent assistance, get off one government program after another. If that happens, the Democratic Party is screwed, because they are the ones that break their arms. They're the ones that, ooh, baby, she's cute. They're the ones that break their arms, patting themselves on the back, for being so loving and so caring of minorities, and yet, they still continue to. Minorities can, the next time, continue to need assistance, continue to need to be on government programs to survive. True compassion is getting them to the point where they don't need that. They don't need your influence at all. They don't need you to be a part of their life. That is true compassionate. But not the Democrats. But not the Democrats. To them, they think compassion is the more people you're taking care of, the more people you're babysitting, the more people, you're, basically babysitting and taking care of, the more compassionate you are. That is complete crap. That is complete crap. Why would you want to take somebody who's an adult and treat them like a child? Why would you want to have to take care of them like you would a child? They don't literally do that. Literally do it. Oh man. Sometimes I try to speak faster than the words don't come out as fast as I'm thinking. But anyway, oh wow. But anyway, they don't literally take care of them like a child, but financially and in every other way they do. The government is their daddy. The government is their mommy and daddy. It's demeaning. Democrats don't think black people are smart enough to take care of themselves. Oh, we need to take care of you. We need to take care of you. We need to babysit you. We need to, nurse you and give you your bottle and burp you and change your diapers and stuff like that. That is the attitude of Democrats towards people who are minorities, to black people. That is their attitude. Have they said that? No, they haven't said that. But they've shown that that's their attitude and their behavior in what they do. If you're a minority, think about it. Think about how Democrats treat people like you, like yourself. Think about this for a change. You know, how they treat, you know, you like you're too stupid to be able to take care of yourself. You know, I mean, the Republican Party knows that you aren't too stupid to do that. The Republican Party knows that if you had a job and if you were, you know, had a paycheck and you could take care of yourself, that you can do that. That you can take care of yourself and take care of your family. Okay, if you had a decent job. Okay, Democrats, they don't believe that. They don't believe that at all. They don't believe that you're smart enough to take care, you know, to work at a job, to take care of your family, you know, a good job to take care of yourself, take care of your family, and to pay your own bills and to not need the government providing for you. You know, that's what the Democrats believe. They think you're too stupid to do that. Republicans are like, no, they're not too stupid. They can do it themselves. They can take care of themselves. You know? But anyway. Anywho, you know, so if you're a minority and you watch this video, think about how Democrats treat you and people in the black, you know, people who are minorities, other black people. Think about that. You know, isn't that kind of demeaning? Isn't it kind of demeaning to think that they have to, the Democratic Party and the government, you know, Democratic, you know, party of the government has to take care of you? Isn't that a little demeaning? I think it is. I certainly think it is. If somebody, you know, treated me like I could not take care of myself, I would be insulted. I would be absolutely insulted. You know, and in fact, I have been insulted. You know, I have been insulted by someone who is, who I am related to. You know, someone who doesn't think I can think for myself. You know, it's like, what? It's like, you're kidding, right? You know, they don't think I can think for myself. It's like, I am less than a month from being 52 years old. And they still don't think I can think for myself. They still don't think that. You know? Holy crap. You know? Holy crap. They think all I do, you know, when I bring up something about Republicans or Democrats, they say, oh, you just want Fox News. You just got that from Fox News. You know, that's what they say every time. Almost every time I say something about the Democrats or Republicans, and that's their response. That is their response. It's like, holy crap. You know, thank you. Thank you for an insult that is absolutely astounding. It is absolutely astounding to insult somebody like that. To have somebody who's a blood relative of mine, to think that at almost 52 years old, I am incapable of thinking for myself. And all I ever do is, you know, watch Fox News and whatever they tell me to do, it's like, oh, okay, whatever they say, oh, okay. It's like unbelievable. That is just unbelievable that they would think that so little of me to accuse me of not being able to think for myself. Okay. That is just the level of oh, what is the right word? The level of, that insult is just astounding. That is just, oh my gosh. I mean, either he said it without thinking or really honestly believes that. I mean, if he honestly believes that, well, okay, fine. Maybe I should leave North Dakota. Maybe I should move to Arizona, find a place, move in, get married with my last girlfriend who's living in the Phoenix area, and have us go get married, find a place, get jobs. Well, I would need to get a job, but she's trying to be a dog groomer. It's like, okay, they might, oh man, watching a cop show, and they're showing a female police officer that's hot. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say is that she's cute. I'm not gonna, make a sexist comment. But anyway, she's a cutie. But anyway, let me get back to the things Donald Trump has said. You know what? He said some pretty terrible things. Okay? I will admit it. He said some pretty stupid things. But to accuse him of wanting to do some of the things that Democrats are accusing him of is like, oh man. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe you Democrats would think that he wants to do those things. I mean, you guys are taking a huge leap. You are taking a huge leap. It's one thing to say that, we need to put the brakes on Muslim immigration, or, when it comes to illegal immigration, that, we need to build a wall and do everything we can to keep them out. That's one thing. So to accuse him of wanting to go in to take children who were adopted as babies by their adoptive parents in the country that they were born in, and to come back here to be raised as Americans, to think that Donald Trump is going to go in and take those children and fly them back to where they're from, that is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. You guys' imagination is getting way out of control. I cannot believe that people honestly believe it. But that's true. There are Democrats that honestly think that he is going to do that. For him to even suggest that is nuts. For him to even suggest that is nuts. But not only that, but he'd have to get a Republican House and a Republican Senate to go along with him and do that. Is that ever going to happen? No. It's never going to happen. I will bet my family Every cent I have the day he does that. Okay? And if he doesn't, if he, if he's president for 4 or 8 years, he will not have done it that one time and that whole time. And then it's like, okay, all you the people who thought that he was going to do that, fine, you owe me a paycheck. You owe me one whole page of your paychecks because of that. I was willing to pay every cent I had if he did that once during the time he was president. He didn't do that, so you owe me a paycheck because of that. Because he didn't do that, and you were afraid for nothing. You had absolutely nothing to be afraid of. But yet, you said horrible things about him. Oh, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. No, he's not going to do that. That is not going to happen. I guarantee it. But,
Anyway.
Oh, wow. It's going to be a long video. Almost 50 minutes long. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, you Democrats, you Democrats were out there rioting. Yep. You're really, really making your fellow Democrats proud and really showing every person that's undecided or a Republican. You're showing all of us why it's a good thing that we aren't Democrats. Because if we don't get our way, we're going to act like spoiled children. We're going to act like 2-year-olds throwing a temper tantrum. That is what we are going to do. We don't get our way, we're going to throw a temper tantrum. So anyway, I'm going to cut this off before it gets to be 50 minutes. It's only 47 minutes, so oh well. Alright, get to upload this, and alright, go ahead, comment, post your comments below this on this page. See you later.